Happy Friday night. Happy first live of 2026. Very excited to have you guys here. How are you? First live of 2026. Isn't that crazy? I know a lot of you joined me on New Year's Eve. We were here sharing all of the projects that we had created in 2025 and talked about some plans for the new year. So very excited. Hello. Hi, Raquel, Daisy, 1648. Hello, Bea, Brenda, Beth, Julie. How are you guys? Hi, Lady Booten, or Crazy Booten, right? Hi, Sharon. How are you? Hello, Kari, my friend. Heather. Hi, friends. Irma. How you guys doing? Are you ready? Hello, Jennifer. How are you? Oh, lots of friends here tonight. I love it. Melanie. Woohoo. Jennifer, how you guys doing? So just giving everybody a chance to get on board. Say my hellos. I'm sorry if I miss any of you guys. Now the comments are going fast and furious. So hello, friends. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We made it. We made it through 2025. And now we are right at the beginning of 2026. I love it. Hi, Irene. How are you, friends? Hi, Connie. Mary, Amanda. Hi, guys. Yay, Robbie. How are you? So the dice finally arrived. Look at. I love these so much. So this is going to be literally like a kind of unboxing. I'm going to prep the new sets with you. These are big sets. They're 6x8 sets. So I'm going to talk to you because not everybody here might be a stamper, or you might, hello, Coubert, might be grabbing stamps for the first time. And there are some little tricks, right, for photopolymer stamps when they first come out of the pristine package. So I was playing, but I had a funeral to go to today, so I'm a little bit behind on the prep I would have had done for today. I was trying to get kits out and all of the things, and the day got away from me. So I'm like, well, I'll just do it live with my friends. And then this is a great time for answering any questions if you guys have them, right? Thank you. I love my sweater too. It's not very long though. So it's a perfect Friday Night Live shirt, so you can't see my belly. My belly hanging out at the bottom. Yeah, it's sad. One of Devin's best friends' dad passed. He got diagnosed with cancer, and it was very fast, like 5 weeks. So it was a celebration of a great guy's life today. But you know, life gets in the way of all of the things. Life gets in the way when we aren't expecting life to get in the way, right? So you want to make sure you're telling the people you love that you love them, calling the people you haven't talked to in a long time, chatting here with your friends. We'd love to hear from you. But yeah, cancer sucks. It does. You know, it's how my mom went. And it's an unfortunate thing is with cancer, right? It's when you start to have issues. A lot of times it's too late. So yeah, sad. It was a sad day, but it was nice to see all of Devin's friends. She's been best friends with a whole group of girls since like grade 1. So I got to give them all a hug, and they're all big. They're grown-up girls, right? They're doing their thing, and so they're going to take her out tonight. She wants to go out with all her friends. So like I said, life is important to do the life things. So I had intentions to have a whole bunch of stuff prepped, but that went out the window because I was where I needed to be today, right? So your daughter-in-law just had a double mastectomy. Well, wishing her like a speedy recovery, and just take care of herself, and give her a big hug for all of us here, because it's important. All this stuff is important. We realize it, right? All this stuff is important. Sizzix is coming. Sizzix is coming. You're going to see pre-orders that are out there. I'm going to talk about that. So very excited for that. My release is going to be available in about a week's time. And probably we'll see next Friday night might be talking about my new Sizzix release and sharing with you a whole bunch of stuff, right? And then you will see that it's kind of out there. It's out there. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited about that. So that's going to be coming. And this is fun that this stamp set has been out for a while, but we didn't have the dies. So what's the difference with the new, oh my goodness. So guess what I'm using tonight? The new Big Shot. And it's freaking amazing. I have to say that. The new Sizzix Big Shot is so if you ask me for my novice, because you know what I mean, I am certainly not a pro in all of the things. I'm just a user, like just like you guys. So it's sitting right here. Look, it's right here. Isn't that funny? I love this. I just unboxed it today and was using it. So it's brand new, sturdy. I'd have to say I love sturdy, cuts like butter. It's such even pressure. I love that the little handle has, you press the button and the handle goes in and out and can be stored underneath. So if you were traveling with it, you don't have to get the little key screw out or anything. It just has a little button. But so far so good. And I'm going to talk about that when now, because this month will be a lot of Sizzix stuff. There is a new release with 49 and Market that I'm going to be talking about. Like a lot of stuff's going to happen this month. I have the electrical version. I have that too, but I still like my manual. I have all of them, and well, and I work for Sizzix, so of course I have the things, right? So I do have the electric Big Shot. I will get all the names. You know me. I'm like, I don't remember anything, but I have that, and I love that. But I also like to have my manual one right beside me as well. So I have to say, just pulled it out of the box tonight, have loved it. So my first impression is beautifully improved. All the work that they put into mastering this new Big Shot is the having this full bar across the top makes it incredibly sturdy. It doesn't rock at all when you're cutting. The dies just roll right through it. I have to love it, and cut like butter. Like there's a ton of pressure there. So that's what I'd have to say. That, yeah, I like it. It's good. So if you didn't see the New Year's Eve live, I would recommend when you have time to watch through that. Shared a lot of info. Is the electric one good for travel? It's big and it's heavy. So just depends, I guess, if you're traveling by car. And I have to say, for dexterity issues, right? The electric one is definitely, you're not hand cranking. So it is good. It's going to be a little louder because it has a motor in it. But I see benefits in both. And if you have saved your Girl Scout money, you saved your paper route money, and you want to invest in them, you do a lot of die cutting, I'm always going to be the friend who tells you to buy the tools. I'm your husband's, your significant other, your accountant might not like me, because I will always be the one to say, yes, if you can afford it, buy it. So I have a lot of die cutting machines, but I have to say this new one, because I was talking, right, the team at Sizzix, and talking about all weekend I'm going to be doing some videos and a whole bunch of stuff for a big release of my new line with Sizzix. And I was saying that I was using my old Big Shot because I've had it forever. And I was saying I'm having some issues, like it's not cutting. I'm having to put extra shims in, and they're like, oh my goodness, I'll make sure that we send you out the new Big Shot. And it just arrived right before Christmas, and I pulled it out and just used it tonight. And I have to say, I like it. I like it a lot, and I notice the difference. So that would be Vicki's take on it. If you in any way are interested in what I have to say, is I notice a difference. I notice the stability of the machine, the pressure, it's smooth. So yeah, it's just, I think, right, new and improved. You have I have the Vagabond too. I love it. I will never get rid of that just because it's a suitcase. It's the cutest thing ever. Jill, I missed your comment, but I'm going to flip the camera around. Hi, Jer, right away, and I'll answer what I did. It's gone. The comment's gone. So when I flip the camera, I can look on my laptop, and I will answer your question. So let's flip. So what's the plan for tonight? Look at all over the place. rein it in. We are going to pull out the 2 new stamp sets. Painterly, Art Marks, freaking love it, and Take Note Florals, and they're brand new stamps. So we're going to talk about what you do with a brand new set of photopolymer. I have the dies here. For anybody here, so they are up on vickiboutin.com. The link is in the description of this video. If you already bought the stamps and you don't have the dies yet, you can get the 10% off. So the same pricing for, yeah, the same pricing, right? We'll figure it out. So 10% off the dies. You will use code ADD, ADD, capital ADD, on, ON, die, DIE. So all the first letters are capital. So if you can add that, Natalie, because I see that you're here, if that makes sense, add on die for the 10% discount on your dies. And it is capital ADD, capital ON, capital DIE. Add on die for 10%. So don't be freaked out when your shipping is the $19 if you're in the US, because I can only put 1 flat rate shipping in there, but we will adjust. Greta will adjust, and Vicki will adjust when they ship out, because they'll ship out in poly bag, and we will refund the extra shipping. So I can't do things for like each item because everybody shops differently, right? Not all caps, Natalie. See, because Vicki makes everything confusing. Capital A, lowercase dd, capital O, lowercase n, capital D, lowercase ie. Add on dies with spaces. Add, space, on, space, die. If that makes sense. So that is, hopefully that's helpful. So if you already ordered, because I know a ton of you ordered these, a lot of you bought them in Texas, and if you want to get the 10% off for the dies, you can do that. You can do that. If you haven't ordered any of it, add whatever you want. We'll be using lots of these. You're going to see the design team, because I'll ship the dies out now to all the ladies on my team. We're going to be using it a lot in the next couple of months. We're going to be using the Sizzix a lot, because they have just arrived at the Sizzix warehouse, and the new stamps, dies, and stencils will be shipping to the team. So you're going to have lots of inspiration to support your investment. So I'm not sharing Sizzix tonight, but like I said, it's out there as a peek in a lot of places. I haven't posted anything. So if you want to wait until I post, I'm going to do something probably tomorrow, a little like, hi, I'm Vicki Boutin, and I am one of the new signature designers for Sizzix. So I'm going to do that, right? What's happening with Sizzix? What question is that? I'm not sure what's happening with them. Like as in, I'm the new signature designer for Sizzix, that question? I'm not sure. So it's exciting. Michelle is here from my little scrapbook store. Love her. And I'm sure she'll be getting, she's a pretty big Vicki Boutin supporter. So I have to say, when I can share all of that stuff, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So I have 3 releases with Sizzix this year, working on the January 2027 one this month. And it's going to be good. So like I said, they have there's peaks out there. You'll see what's out there, but I haven't shared anything because I didn't know that it was posted till today. Okay. So it is totally on my own, Vicki Boutin with Sizzix. And it's exciting. The difference with the art. Well, I'm going to wait because I want to do, right? It's like the royal baby that maybe Star Magazine were hiding in the bushes and got a picture of the new baby. But I want to share the new baby when it doesn't have spit up on its chin and it's all ready to go. So the Sizzix will be coming. Yes, I will have some stuff. I'll order a little bit for on my shop because I know some of you guys shop through me. But it will be available everywhere that Sizzix is carried. And I believe it's like in a week, the reveal. Michelle, because you're here and you read the stuff, and I was at a funeral today. I'm behind on everything. When is the official shipping release day? Do you know that, Michelle? Because I'm sure you're here and being a store owner, right? But Look out for paparazzi. It's not it, but they're out. It's out there, right? And I will be sharing when I share it with you guys. It'll be show you samples and some beautiful art, so that you. I believe January 14th. That sounds about right. So a little bit over a week. So I will do my unveiling, my live walkthrough, helping all the retailers with that stuff. But I'll tell you one thing. It's all my hand-drawn art. So that's kind of exciting, right? The florals in it, the greenery in it. The packaging, I find, does not really show everything that you get in there. So it's going to be exciting. But tonight, let's talk about these stamps and dies that are on VickiBoutin.com, because I do stuff that is, hi Karen, I do stuff that is like exclusive just for my website, that I'm just playing around, making the things, right? And then I do stuff that is with manufacturers. So tonight is 2 stamps and dies that came out with the new Stencil release. Have you guys seen all of this stuff? Oh, you know what? I don't even have the new Stencil. I'm just glad, like, my biggest thing, I snorted, that just happened. I'm such a lady. My mother's up there going, Vicki Lynn. That I haven't even had a chance to swatch. I think I'm having a stroke. To swatch out all of the new stencils and stamp the stamps. So watch, all that stuff's going to be coming, right? It's all going to be coming. It just, whatever, I'm crazy. You guys know it. I'm glad that you stick around. I'm sure some of you are like, she's just a little too crazy for me. Let's flip the camera. I can see your comments. Let's talk about the things. There are now 3 releases of Vicki Boutin stencils. Flip, boop. There are 3 releases of Vicki Boutin stencils. So 2 sets have 10, 1 set has 6. I always say, I think, see there, you saw my belly because I have my half sweater shirt on. The one thing I really believe in investing in, and that's why I love working with Sizzix now, is stamps, dies, and stencils, because it makes everyone feel really confident in the art they create when you have all of those elements there. Let me put it on live chat. And I have to find Jill Bushhart's question, because I missed that, Jill. You thought it was a donkey when I snorted? I love it. Are we able to order the stencils? Yes. All of it is in both places. I'm not sure if Greta's here tonight or not. She has a life sometimes outside of all of the craziness that I'm doing. Yep, you bought the flower stamps. What did I do with them? You need to know. You need to find them, Heather, because they're fun. So I saw a question. Can your dies and stamps only be ordered from you, or will they be in Australia? These are only for me. They're only for me. I'm working on some things, right? So just watch, but right now for me. Sorry, just answering some questions. Boop, boop. I don't see your question, Jill. I think it didn't show up in mine. Jill's here, right? Jill Bushhart asked me a question. I didn't imagine that. So ask me again, Jill. I'm looking. Missed the donkey when I snorted. That's funny, right? Okay. Can you show us the stencils? Yeah, I have it all here. We'll pull them out, and I'll swatch everything with you tonight. That's what tonight's going to be. I'm going to talk about, because this is a biggie. So you see, I was playing with the Painterly art marks, and my idea behind this, I love this. I think the art is so pretty. I'm going to do a lot of swatching, because Tim Holtz, my friend, messaged me and said, hey, do you want the new stickers to label your product? So I have that all here, because you know I'm a lover of distress. So I'm going to be working on that and doing some new swatching. and I'm going to be swatching out all of my things. This set, I feel, will be perfect for that. But you know me, I like things to have multi-purpose. So it also will be great for art marking, and it will be great for, you know, I love my watermarked circles. So there's dies that come with all of this. This set of dies that come with this. You can die cut everything. And you know, my big thing is I want there to be a lot of value in the product. So I want it to be multi-purpose. But oh my goodness, look at the pencil. So you could use these to swatch your pencil crayons, colored pencils for my American friends. I love the paintbrush because I will put the paint on it and then just do, like I could cut this from here and I could add that like this. And I can do my swatches like that because I like to swatch and make art at the same time, right? I like to swatch and make art at the same time. So I wanted a set that we could do some traditional swatching, like with this one here. We could swatch our inks and put it on little tags or cards. And then you have color, brand, color with a U, type. So you still can label those all. You have some art marks. So lots of different options for swatching, but you could also use this as a stamp set. So I feel you'll be seeing this will show up a lot because it's fun. I love it. So that is Painterly Art Marks. And it came out a while ago, but we were waiting on the dies because I had these produced in China and it took a little while. So they're here now. Have these. And then the second set that came out was this one. Take Note Floral. They're big. Like, they're big flowers. I love it. Look at the butterflies. Oh my goodness. I love this set so much. And now it has a coordinating die set. So this is Take Note Florals. There is another floral on my website that I forgot the name of. And I know one of you will go and look and tell me what it's called. It is one that came out about a year ago. Oh, it's another flower name, but I totally just forgot it. So this is not the same set. So if you ordered the die to go thinking it goes with this, it does not. Make sure you, Good Times, thank you. That's the one. Good Times Floral. Totally different flower. Okay, totally different flower. That one is different. So just make sure you get the correct dies with, if you're ordering just the die, because you already have the stamp set. It's called Take Note Floral. So I want to talk about anybody here newer to stamping. So if you've used my stamps with American Crafts, they are not photopolymer stamps. They are not as tacky. The art is beautiful. The price is lower because the material is different. They don't stamp as sharp and crisp. They still create pretty art, but there's different types of stamps, right? You have acrylic stamps, you have photopolymer stamps, you have red rubber stamps, and they all just kind of do different things. If I like the pattern, I will buy any stamp, but all of them can be used a little differently. And with these ones, when you open a brand new set of stamps, the process to create them, they have like a releasing agent on it that's like an oil. So I have to say, especially with bigger images and solid images, if you don't prep those stamps, and there's multiple ways to do that, kind of 3 ways to do that, but even if you do it, you might have to stamp and stamp and stamp just to get them where that oil is no longer on there. Because what happens when the oil's on there, the ink doesn't really adhere to the stamp and doesn't release really well. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? A lot of you card makers and stamp makers and stamp users will know what I'm talking about. And you'll see, because I stamped this multiple times, but can you see it's not solid black? Because the stamp really needs to be primed, cleaned. So there's different ways we can do that. You can have a soft white eraser, which I think is a great thing to use. Also, you need, I have my cleaning cloth, your stamp chamois. You can use a microfiber cloth. I use paper towels. I cheat. I know they ball up a little bit, but I just clean with them. But just know when you open this set of stamps, you aren't going to sit down and just start stamping with it. You have to prep your stamps. And you can tell the difference from the smell. These ones I think are like lemony, wouldn't you say? Question, combo set, the stamp and die, correct, Marlo? That's the stamp and die, the combo set. So it's super important. So if I take these out and smell them, you can smell the difference with a photopolymer. They have, I think, would you say it's kind of lemony? I don't know, lemony, citrusy kind of smell, right? But when you feel it, it's tacky. So different things you can do. You can use a eraser and you can erase and you'll get a white cloudy finish on here. Clean it off and that will help. You can use StazOn ink. It will put a layer of black ink on top of your stamp. You can use that. You just got to remember to clean everything really well if you're going to go then to something like this, right? If you go to something like this, you just have to watch when you put all that black on there, okay? Hi, Rich Booten. There's stuff all over my floor, and he's judging me. Can you tell my husband to stop judging me? I have archival. That's what I use too, Gilbert. But I feel like if you want that, like put that layer on versus, I just forgot the name, StazOn, we'll put that layer on. This is a little different because it's kind of like an oil base, right? Don't trip. That's what they said. Don't trip, Rich.
I am an athlete. Go down.
What did you do? Just long jump over it?
Use my supreme balance to step over.
So, you know, you're a weirdo because you come down here and then you just stand and say nothing to the ladies and guys that are out here watching. If you're going to be here, there's no live studio audience.
Yes, there is.
No live
I can't come on the camera. I'm Alfred E. Newman.
That's what they're like. I mean, he is an athlete. Why? Don't you have anything tonight?
I'm watching Team Canada. They're almost starting.
But no tennis? Nothing?
No.
No judgment in the basement. Just a girl in her basement being judged by her athlete husband. Don't judge me, bucko.
What you doing over there?
I don't know. You make me lose my train of thought when I'm not used to
I'm
not used to a live studio audience. Will you do me a
job.
favor? I would like a Dr. Pepper.
Busy.
Take him away. Anybody want him? You can go visit. Oh, you're dumping Okay. Stop touching things now. He just picked my garbage up and dumped it out all over the desk.
There's no garbage in there.
That was a deep sigh. He snores too, my husband. Just want you all to know.
That's recent because of my night guard because I break all my teeth.
Well, I'm just telling you that it's bad enough that the cat woke me up at 3:30 and 4:30, and then I couldn't get back to sleep because I sleep with Darth Vader.
Payday for me.
There's been a $20 bill laying on my desk, and the dude keeps coming down here like he wants to put it in his pocket. I'm like, I think you can be okay without stealing my $20. Flag on the play, personal foul. That's you. Jump, go, get out now. Go, get out.
I'll come and visit a little while later.
Yeah, with my pop, please.
Oh,
Get out. Sorry, friends.
Oh, you know what?
What?
Is there one in here? I saw one.
He needs to find his own friends. It's not in there. Okay, get out. You're a distraction. The ladies are going to get mad at you. I'm sorry. This is what happens. It's a girl in her basement with her family. And he's bored. Yeah, his hockey hasn't started yet. Okay, what was I talking about? Was Jill Bushart here? Did she ask me a question earlier? Hi, Keisha. Remember the Dr. Pepper. We'll see. I love it. I'm telling you, I don't even know what I was talking about now. See, I feel like the Friday Night Live is done. What was I doing? What's my name? I heard him coming, and then I tried, like, I want him to feel nice and that he feel loved, right? Come and talk to my friends. I'll share my friends with you. And then he just starts wreaking havoc. So we were talking about stencils, right? Are these in any kind of order? Let me share with you the new set of stencils. These are all hand-drawn art as well. So we've used some of them, right, in the lives. But now I have to see, because Vicki wants to be organized, but, you know, you get what you get when you hang out with me. Because today, I took the day off yesterday. I can very proudly say that I did absolutely nothing yesterday, and I needed to do nothing. I just felt like I needed a day. I was going to start doing stuff, and then I went, no, I don't got it in me, right? Oh, thank you.
Feel how cold that is just being in the garage.
Well, it's freaking freezing here. It's my favorite.
Oh, look at these.
Get out. Put everything down. You now out. Freak. Sorry. So yes, I did. What did you guys do for your New Year's Day? I just decided that I was taking the day off. I needed it. And I did it. And I'm kind of proud of myself because it doesn't happen very often. His fee for bugging you is bring me a drink. But then he thinks he can stay. He can't stay. Now it's like, Bucko, get out. You're a distraction. You're distracting me. So I have 18, 19. I'm missing 20. So let's just quickly see if it's in my stack. We need to figure out what 20 is, friends. You were working on New Year's Day. You scrapbooked. I did nothing and it was wonderful. I love that for you, right? Was sound asleep by 10 p.m. Yep. You were sick. I hope you're feeling better. Stayed in your jammies all day, and it's the best thing to do is hydrate and rest. Micro-organize my craft room. That's what I was supposed to do. I took Christmas down. I'm a liar. I did do some work. I took Christmas down. So I'm very proud with that. I took Christmas down, and then I went and watched Kate and Leopold, and I fell asleep in the middle of it. Absolutely nothing. So I lied. I did do some stuff. You took the day off too. Good for you, because I know how hard you work, Robin. So I'm glad you took a day off. So you worked on your mistletoe album. I love it. Teacher here, so did basically nothing. Well, that's not going to last for long. You're going to be back at it, right? So watercoloring. You have 5. I had 5 kids here. Good for you, Cindy. Good for you. Christmas is not over till 3 Wiseman Day for us. If I didn't do it yesterday, I wasn't going to get it done. Floral Mosaic number 20. Okay. Is it this one? It's this one, I think, right? It is. It's this one. So I don't have the packaging, but there it is. Floral Mosaic. So these are the 10 new stencils. Let's just do some things tonight, right? My sweater's coming off, just so you guys know, because now Rich made me have a hot flash. Stressing me out. Soul Sister hike. What is a Soul Sister hike? Tell me more. You never put Christmas up this year. Next year I hope to. I want to. Yes, Heather. I hope for you too. I had it up. I loved it. But craziness is about to ensue for this girl in the basement. There's a lot of travel coming up. There are 3 new releases coming out within weeks. It's a lot of stuff. So I took yesterday off after I took Christmas down. Rich helped me. He keeps calling himself, what is the guy from Mad Magazine? What's his name? He said it when he was in here. You know, the red freckle dude. Kept telling the kids are like, I have no clue what you're talking about, old man. Power Surge. Yeah, Power Surge. Okay, so let's do the things. Thank you if you're still here, because obviously tonight, Alfred E. Newman, right? Alfred E. Newman. Is that him or is that somebody else? But I am a hot mess tonight. I don't know. I'm all over the place. Let's do the things. So let's talk about conditioning your stamps. Because even if you are familiar with this, there's a lot of people who are not. And I know a lot of people that follow me are going to buy these stamps because you guys are super supporters and you're really awesome. And I don't want you to feel like you are a failure at stamping, because these stamps will not stamp beautifully right out of the package. They're pristine and lovely, but they have that oil on them that your ink is not going to adhere to. So what we're talking about is you can take well, I'd probably clean them first, right? So go in, give them a good wipe. I have a stamp chamois here. You could use a microfiber cloth. But you want to get in there, give them a clean. So lots of people, there's tons of stampers, and you know that's why we love this community. Is everybody's going to share things that they find are helpful. But you could totally go in and use your StazOn. But how often, my friends, do you use your stamps and right out of the gate you get a perfect stamp? Like a perfect stamped image. So I'm going to put this clean white eraser. It should be a soft eraser. It should not be an eraser that has any kind of texture or grit, because you'll damage your stamps. I have like a stick eraser, or you have the ones that are in the little like eraser tube that you can kind of move the eraser down. But you want to just get that and to start removing your oil. But like I'm saying, I do this, clean them all, and I might still have to stamp it about 5 times before I get a really nice stamped image. Stamp and stencil too. I don't have to use a pressing tool with it. Yeah. I have all of the Sizzix stuff, so you're going to see all of it come out, and I will give you my true thoughts on using it. But I have to say, so I am, like I said, if you just got here, so it's kind of been announced, but not really announced, but I got an email that a store was doing a pre-order. One of my friends' stores doing a pre-order of my release, so it's kind of out there already, right? That I am now one of the new signature designers for Sizzix. And I have to say that it has been a fabulous experience. Really wonderful people. Has been awesome experience working with the designer I work with, the marketing people, the sales people. Everybody has been just fabulous. I'm over the moon and excited to on the 14th, the general release is. So I for sure am going to go live. I will go live and I will do my walkthrough of the collection. I'm going to share samples. There's going to be new how-to videos, technique videos, lots of different stuff. My whole design team will have all of the new Sizzix. And then as well, there's a whole dedicated design team with Sizzix. You are going to have so much inspiration, and they're going to be doing stuff with it for, I think, about a month. So for a lot of the retailers out there, you are going to know it is. I go to the art store. I buy stuff at art stores all the time. So this is called Mitsubishi Super Eraser Uni Medium. So it's pretty much this in a stick. And it's like the wax or the crayons that you can just pull and extend. No, it's not. You just have to get that layer of gunk off of the stamps. Okay? You have to get that layer of gunk. And I'm going to show you right now. You're going to really see it with the take note that what ends up happening is you're going to not get a pure black image. And what's going to be nice too is there's a lot of people who have been stamping forever with Stamping Up and Close to My Heart, and are going to, while we're going through this, I'm sure you're going to see lots of tips. This community rocks, and that makes me old, doesn't it, when you say rock? This community rocks, man. It's totally gnarly's bad, right? Or gnarly's good. I feel like I'm aging myself when I say they totally rock, right? Here we go. Gnarly is good, right? Totally gnarly. So let's give it a try. Let's give them a try. I'm giving them a good wipe. over here. I absolutely love this art too. Very excited over it. Now it's sick. It's totally sick. Totally rad. Gag me with a spoon. Such a dork, right? But look at, this is stamping them with oxide, distress oxides. And I was playing around with this set. Like I said, I have to work on that stamp still. But the scale is nice and big. So definitely when I do some of my totally tubular, I love it. You're going to see different stamp sets that come out and that are scaled differently. And they're going to be stamp sets that, if it's like a Vicki Boutin exclusive, I will not be doing stuff that it's going to be totally different than what I would do with Sizzix. Like it might be particular to a scrapbook release, like one of my collections. I will do stamps for that. Maybe some alpha stamps, travel stamps, things that are different. Like, you know me, right? You know me. I'm not going to do stuff that, I'm not going to cannibalize sales of one thing for another. And you won't see a ton of it, but if there's something that tickles my fancy and I'm like, oh, I want that in a stamp or stencil, we'll do that. So you're going to have lots of fun stuff coming out. Okay. So to start, I'm just going to use some, like, a little bit heavier weight, probably 65-pound printer paper. I buy a ream of it, and I'm not going to use foundations paper to start. Right? I'm not going to use foundations paper to start because let's see what kind of result we're going to get, right? Let's do this. Boop. I love stamping platforms. This is my Sweet Petunia. I do have a Sizzix one that I'll be using as well, but word stamps, that would be fun for 12 by 12. Would you like that? What would you like to see in stamps? If you're a scrapbooker as opposed to a card maker, right? So this is some of the stuff that we have planned. I have lots of different things that we're working on, stuff that's in production. And I for sure want to do cut files that will support. So some title work that is bigger or you can scale, that will be in sentiments. I agree. But what kind of sentiments, Colbert? Like, I feel like I want to do some in my handwriting. I think that'll be some Sizzix stuff too. I feel like that would be a good Sizzix thing, don't you think? Hello, Cherie. How are you? Right? That would be a good Sizzix thing, is some sentiments, a sentiment set with my handwriting with dies, right? And then I think it would be good to just do standalone dies in my handwriting. You'll just have to see. You'll have to see, maybe. You're going to be excited. I'm going to tell you. It's good. So let's see. I'm inking this up with I Love Archival. Oops. And I just cleaned my platform. And I cleaned my Big Shot plates with Magic Eraser. And it got all the ink off. But you'll see, it does not, when it first starts, like even my stamp pad, do you see that is sticking to it? So this is what I'm talking about with prepping your stamps. So tell me, friends who stamp all the time, have you done, would you do anything differently than I've done right now? This is from my friend Angie Blom. I don't know if she makes these anymore. They are called Stamp Tabulous. But I love it, right? Just add some equal pressure. Let's see what we get. Are you here tonight, Ange? So do you see what I'm saying? If you were new to this and you got this kind of result, what would you think? Would you think, see, I can't stamp. I'm terrible at stamping. Because that's, I seriously, if I did not know that you had to clean these stamps off, I'd be like, what the heck just happened here? Right? Yes, I think that I would like to do some stuff in SVG files. So that will be coming. There's so much coming this year. And just keep asking for the things. I wish that I could take notes while I talk to you. If Natalie's still out there, I'm sure she'll write some of the stuff down. But some of the things people are asking for, Nat, can you throw them on your list that you keep for me? But do you see what I'm saying? Look at, you watch me just do the eraser. I just cleaned and I still did not get a good stamped image. Now, I don't know if I moved the paper or not. We'll see. You can't get a good one with archival ink. You have to use the Versamark. So let's see. I will get a good stamped image with this after I've used the stamps. But let's see if I have, what do I have? I'm getting up. I'm getting up and looking for stamping ink. Here we go. Okay. There's a new one too. Here's a VersaFine. So let's stamp with the VersaFine. Like I said, this might have moved, so we'll see if it doesn't line up. It didn't line up, but the VersaFine, look at that. Let's just flip this for now. Let's ink it up with the VersaFine. And let's see what we get right out of the gate. Okay. So do you find this helpful, friends? Especially if you are not you don't stamp all the time. Like, I feel like this is a worthwhile thing to do. For us to sit and do this stuff live, right? Question, what are SVG files? It's for your Cricut or your Silhouette. They're cut files. But what's nice is you can size things. So if you need bigger scale, look at that, friends. So we just learned something, didn't we? Vic, question, can we get the stencils in the US? Yes. Yes, I see the website. Everything that's new is available both places. So yes, all the help me, friends, because this is helpful, right? What can I put on my website so it makes it easy for you guys to navigate? Like now, oh my goodness, with all the tariff stuff, everybody now is so confused with what you can get, what you can't get, where you can get it. I try to share the information. Not everybody's going to be here the same time. It would be super helpful, right? If you guys could feel confident when you're on there finding the information that you need, right? VersaFine, VersaClair. There we go. Let's look. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? I think the art is, personally, I think the art's gorgeous in that set. Let's stamp a couple more and we'll die cut them. I love them. Let's clean that too while it's on here. Clean them really nice, really well with this, your stamp chamois. Wherever you get this one's from scrapbook.com, but wherever you get them, right? This is my first time hearing about using VersaFine with new stamps. That's good to know. I've always just cleaned them, and I'm gonna order some. I'll order some and put it on my website too, because now I love my archival too. But now you'll have options, right? We'll have options. I'm putting an order in anyway for Notion, so we'll throw some of that in there too. We'll throw some of that in there too. I agree. Use a paint tube to swatch, right? Question, is there a difference between VersaFine and VersaClair? So friends out there, because that's what this community does, what's the difference between those two inks without us having to go look it up? What is the difference between VersaFine and VersaClair? I've been a VersaFine lover. It is great stamping ink. And I believe, for any of you out there, I believe my friend Gina K's amalgam ink is great too, right? I've just used Ranger forever because it's what I have. Oh my goodness, you just scared me. I forgot to take your food out.
So I came down.
Sorry, I walked down here and went, oh, I need to take Devin's food out, and then guess what?
Okay.
I forgot.
I got it.
Devin's here now too, friends.
Hello.
Did you hear from your friend?
Yes, I guess we're going to Helliwell or Merchant.
Because it's 9 o'clock. When are you doing all of that?
Well, they're having a drink with her dad's friends.
Nice.
With Kenzie, so they're there now, and then they're going to come home and change, and then I think we're going to go. So I just told Tor to come here.
Go grab $100 from my money.
Okay.
So that I can, you can get some pictures or whatever.
Well, I told them I don't want to go to Helliwell's because I don't like beer. I said, can we go to Merchant, please? Because then at least we can get... Because they only do beer there, and it's not good. And I don't like beer. I don't like beer. I don't want that.
Isn't there a song? I like beer.
Like, the vibe is good there, but, like, not the drinks.
Well.
So I'll just chill
But
there. If
get
she
that
wants to go
money
there, I'll
and
go there.
do what I ask you, because I would like to celebrate, yeah,
Okay, love you.
his life, right? Okay, bye.
Love you.
So welcome to the Boutin house on a Friday night. I get to share all of the things with the family, but sorry, had to share that. Okay, so let's try this now. There's lots of, that is not a lint-free cloth. I was rubbing them, so you're going to see some lint on there. But if I'm going to use ink, for the inks that I have tons of oxides. They will stamp better than regular distress. They don't beat up on your stamps. Let's take a look, because my stamp might still be dirty and have some black on it, but let's look. Oh, how pretty is that? I'm going to stamp it again. This might need 2 passes, right? But, oh, it moved. So pretend that they're still lined up. But look how pretty. We're going to do some really beautiful stuff with this. But that would not, right? I would then go boop. And if I made it bleed, let's make it bleed on purpose. Right? And I'd let it dry. I'd cut it out. And I'd have kind of this loose watercolor effect on there. Very pretty. Right? Very pretty. Sorry for the distraction with my child. Did I miss anything? She said she loved me on the way out. Yeah, my kids. We have a good family here. Got some good people. Even if I give Sidecar a hard time, he's a good guy. He likes it. I don't know what he would do with himself if I wasn't picking on him. Oh, VersaFine in colors. Yeah, I might have to get some of that too, right? But you'll see these stamps, until I clean it all up, are a little bit of a mess with the eraser and everything on it. Family is most important. Well, and I like that you guys get to be a part of that, right? I can't wait for Trev and Rich to meet. Yes, they would definitely get along. So I was talking about that tonight, is I am definitely now in the new year, I want to go and look at, so we can do a Vicki Boutin event in 2027. I need to start finding a location, get that started. So that is going to definitely be happening here in Southern Ontario, because I feel like you guys would love it, because I'm right near 15 minutes from Niagara Falls. Niagara on the Lake. So you could come and maybe even with your family, you could come and do my event and then tag a vacation onto it. See, it is not clean yet, friends. So just know that. What my biggest thing to show you tonight is it's not you if you're not getting great stamping. It could be that releasing agent, that oil that is on these stamps until you get that cleaned off. And then once you got it cleaned off, you're good. Your stamp's conditioned and ready to use. But I can totally see it on there. It's still kind of pilling on the stamp. Yep. So I am going to be working on that and see. Hopefully we can get it done in 2027. But it will be in the works. Okay. Do you want me to stamp? Let's do some of the bigger flowers too. We'll do this guy and this guy, and then I'm going to die cut them with you. So tonight is really just, I'm not really going to make anything tonight. Can you use the stamp cleaner to get that stuff off? We can try it. I don't know if I have any right here with me. Because I have them. Because I could on a scrub pad too. And I have stamp cleaners around. Just, you know, I have everything. It's just where did I put it, right? I have everything. It's just a matter of finding it. Can you have $100 too? Sure you can, Keisha. But I know there's a big group of them, and I was trying to figure out what to do for Alex. Because her dad, like, we know him because we have grown up. These kids have grown up together. The parents have been dropped off for play dates. Alex's dad was a hockey coach, very involved in girls hockey. And I want to do something for those kids, right? So I think that's go and have a drink on me. So, soapy water, I'll do that next too. Soapy water. I will clean them as well when I'm done. But I want, like, it's one of those things, like, there's lots of things that will help this, but I know a lot of people that are out there that are going to buy the stamp set and they haven't used a lot of stamps. And how close to Mississauga are you? Like a 45 minutes, an hour? I'm in St. Catharines. So Mississauga is just up the highway. I used to live in Mississauga. Stained stamps are loved stamps. I agree. So let's do this again, and we'll use the VersaFine. Let's see when we use it first. Can I tell you, I can feel the difference too when I put it on the stamp to the archival. And this is a foam pad, right? It's a foam pad, so the ink sits in it different. This is a linen pad. So this is a little juicier, and that could help with this, right? Did the April cruise fill up? There might be still some spots. There might still be some spots. That's going to be a fun one because we're going to be using the new Sizzix, one of my new releases. From Australia is, you can order right now from Australia. It's just the shipping, friends. Like, the shipping is not super fast. And depending, if you're doing the stamp and die set, won't be as expensive. But if you order one of my kits, the shipping's about 100 Canadian. You're going in April? Woohoo! Yeah, that one I added later. So it didn't fill up as quick as some of my other cruises. So it's going to, ooh, look at that, friends. Oh, what do we think? Do you love? I think that is so pretty. I am loving that. Let's do the little butterfly too. And then let's die cut them, and I can show you the new Big Shot. First scrapbook cruise, you're so excited. You're going to have the best time because you are going to be with some of the best people. Yeah. Not sure if you saw my statement about using low grit sandpaper. You can do that. It's just you can damage the stamps a little bit. I'm nervous to do that, but if it works for you, yeah, sure. But that to me was my solution. I have to say that VersaFine ink, kind of magic. And I had it right here. Who knew? Who knew? But I want to show you, like, I think it's helpful when I work through stuff, because if we make it all look like highlight reel, like, oh, look how easy this is. I can do it lickety split. And then some people will be playing with this stuff on their own later, and they're going to be like, I knew I was a terrible stamper. I hate stamping. And it could just be that it could be your ink. It could be the type of stamp you're using. So I think that it is, Randy wants to come. Husbands come all the time. Yep, husbands, the cruising is definitely for any type of, more so than say the in-person events. We always, lots of the cruising either has friends going together or husbands. We have whole families. I've met people's moms. I've met their dads, their kids, sisters. The cruising is definitely a great way to go on a vacay and do your scrapbooking with your community. That it's something that the husbands love to do, because when we're in the room crafting, it's usually at a day at sea, and they go and read a book, go and play pickleball. Sometimes like in-laws will come with you, like you might go with your sister and brother-in-law, and your sister doesn't craft, but she goes and hangs out at the pool with the guys, and then they just meet up with you after. We have kids. We've had a mom and a baby, right? 2-0 for Canada. Go sports. I do like hockey though. Okay, let's die cut some of this. I did not enjoy stamping until I got a stamp platform and started using VersaFine. I love that, Nancy. And I think you sharing that is super helpful. Are there people out there who are like, I thought I was just terrible at stamping, so I just stopped buying stamps because I just couldn't get a clean image. It's messy. And now you're seeing tips and watching me do it live, which I think I can't get over how pretty those are. And they stamped beautifully. But look at, I am a mess because that cloth has tons of ink in it. Yes, I have met Randy. I have met Randy. Okay. So, you guys were asking, look at my desk is a mess. You were asking about the new Big Shot, which I actually just took out of the box tonight. And this is what it looks like. So this is what I was saying, that the arm comes on the bottom of your platform. It was right here. So you can travel with it very nicely, right? And then you just press the button down, stick it in, and look at that. I don't have to tighten the arm because I find that this would get loose. So I'm really loving that. And then it comes with your plates, your platform, right? Your thin metal die plate. That it's all new, so it's sticking. And then your plates. Look at, that's what I'm saying. This is very stable. So I am loving that. So let's line up some dies and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this one I stamped on the back, but it's okay. So these sets are large 6x8 stamp and die sets. I will do some smaller ones. You're going to get when we start going through the Sizzix stuff, there are sets that are stamps, dies, 2 sets of dies in there. I'm telling you, we really, like, I put a wish list out and I said, now when I die cut, I miss dies that just cut shapes out. I don't only want dies that work with a stamped image. I want standalone dies. So you're going to be super excited that 2 of the sets have all of it in the set. All of it. Question, is one of the plates magnetic? You can buy it. Like, I have one. It doesn't come with the machine, Karen, but you can get a magnetic plate. Let me see if I can find it quick. Magnetic platform, so you can get it in a magnetic platform. The other thing that I love is the chrome precision plate. So when you have those super intricate dies, which some of mine will be like that, this is super awesome too, the chrome plate. So like I said, love this. Very sturdy, very smooth. You're going to see when we cut, it cuts beautifully because it has very level pressure across it. And like I said, you can get, it doesn't come with it, but you can order it separately, is the magnetic plate. And I also would recommend a chrome precision plate for really intricate dies. Your Big Shot, is it the new one or the old one? Because this, I'm telling you, I absolutely love this. And what's nice is because I work with Sizzix, is I will help you troubleshoot anything. Let me know if there's stuff you want me to ask questions or you want me to look into, and I totally will do that for you guys. I will help you. Because anything, I'm like, if you have a question, right, you hate taping it down. I'm going to tape it down right now. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying, right? So we're going to line the die up. So if you're new, this to me is magic. You don't have to fussy cuss. You just line your die up. And I use my mint tape. But you could, if you had the magnetic plate, you wouldn't have to do this, but right? Put that down. That's a big one. Boop. Put that down. Line her up. Hope for the best. So yes, you guys are going to be excited. For some of you want my handwriting stuff for what's coming. And the biggest thing is, you know, we'll do more of whatever sells. We'll do more of whatever sells. I'm going to put that on there. Boop. Watch. Like butter. See? It does not rock. I don't have to really work really hard to crank it. So I have to say, you ready? My plate's dirty because I had ink on it, but like I said, my magic eraser will clean that right up. Look at that. Love it. That could have been stamped a little bit better. Yeah, the old machine plates are the same size. But like I said, if you get the machine, it all came with it. All of the plates and everything came with it. I love this. So you can see already, this is super, super basic, but look at what we're going to make. We are going to make some beautiful art with these, because we don't have to die cut everything either. We're going to stamp on backgrounds. So just know you're going to be supported with this. I'm going to get my design team to be making all of this with this stuff too. But I love that. I love that we just worked through that as well. Stamping with the VersaFine and getting the results that we did. I love this set. And you will notice, because it's very similar to a flower from Flower Emporium, because it is one of my favorite florals we have ever created, was this set. And don't be surprised if you don't see it show up in another mixed set where we do this flower in a smaller scale, because I love it. I love it. Any questions about that? You get your magnetic sheets from Home Depot. Love it. Register covers. Yeah. Whatever works for you, right? Whatever works for you. But I have to say, I am enamored with this machine. Let's cut these out too. So anyone here brand new to die cutting and stamping? Like it's something you kind of looked at, but you're like, I don't know if it's for me. I have to say it's for me. I freaking love that I can make art this pretty, repeat it, get very similar results every single time. So I have to say, one of the things I love to do is sit. I would sit and then, right, the dies, you have your frame, and then that edge is the cutting edge. This is good. Thank you for asking. That you want to make sure, if you're new to this, that little raised edge is what has to go in contact with your stamp. And then you're going to just line it up until it matches the art. Right, let's see how many times I have to spin it around before we get it. Boop. We'll spin it around 75 million times. There it is. You want that little edge to be face down, because that's the cutting edge. Is that little raised bit is your cutting edge. You never want your dies to overlap. It could break your machine. Okay, so you don't want your dies to overlap, meaning the metal from this stamp should not overlap. Like this one. Let's see, it might be too close. I might have to cut this separate. Let's see. Oh. No, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. But it's close. It's close, so let's secure it. I wouldn't recommend that. Wouldn't recommend. And I don't normally die cut like 20 images at the same time either. But let's see with this new machine. I think that it has a better pressure. Better pressure capabilities. So I think I can get away with that. And these are pretty straightforward cuts too. They're not super intricate. I'm going to tell you too, let's look at the Painterly art marks, because you have two different options when you do those sets. Somebody said, yes, I'm new to all of this, and I must say it's intimidating at first, but I think, don't you think anything that's new, there's like a little bit of a learning curve, but here's, to me, the reward. Look at that. For me to fussy cut that, I wouldn't get those nice clean images. I love that I could stamp on different mediums and I could cut it out. It is so stable. That's what I would say my biggest takeaway with this is how easy that is to cut. And look at, I didn't have to go through twice. That's one run. Like I said, this paper's, I don't know, about 65 weight, 65 pound. Look at, it's nice. It has kind of a beveled edge because it presses down in and cuts it out. Look at that. So just imagine these in color. We could watercolor these images. I love the scale because we could definitely do cards with them. These will work great for altered art. You could use these for your scrapbooking. I do have to say that VersaFine ink is kind of the bee's knees. That is some really nice black stamping ink. There we go. So that kind of gives you, that's an idea of what we're looking at with our Take Note stamp set and dies. I have to say that I am definitely a fan of having the dies. What do you guys think? Do you know where I put the dies? I lost them because I want to put that away and I want to show you some things with the Painterly set. The Claire is great too. So did somebody say what the difference between the two is? Did somebody mention it and I wasn't looking and I didn't see? I love stamp and die sets. I love floral stamp and die sets. I can never have enough when it comes to making clusters with florals, right? I don't like buying stamps without dies, but if they don't have it and I love the art, I would still buy them. But I don't love fussy cussing if I could have a die to do it for me, right? Here it is. It was stuck on the bottom of my machine. And then you can get, if you don't want to store these, you can get the magnetic sheets. You don't have to put them back on the card. You can put them in little envelopes. There's lots of different storage options. But yeah, don't feel intimidated by this. But it is not for everybody because you do have to invest in a machine. You cannot use these without having a die cutting machine. Okay, so VersaFine Claire is a reformulation of the original, offering brighter, more vibrant color. 24 versus 12 in the original while retaining the same oil-based pigment properties. I love it. I'm going to buy some. Oh my goodness now, Jennifer, you're getting fancy. Claire is a nocturne ink. So what does that mean? What is a nocturne ink? Inquiring minds want to know. What is a nocturne ink? You have Claire's? I'm going to have some Claire's too because I don't want to be the only one who doesn't have Claire's. So I'm going to be buying, I'm going to order them like as soon as I get off the live tonight. Because you know, I am that girl. If everybody is telling me that it's awesome, I must have it too. I must have it too. I need the things. I don't want to be left out. But love the images. Wouldn't you agree? Love that. And now I'm going to stamp the other one. Yeah, wait. The Versa Claire's are not going anywhere, Kelly. You do not have to buy them this month. They can wait till April, right? They can wait till... A nocturne ink refers to a specific deep black pigment ink by Tuscanico VersaFine Claire line, known for capturing fine details in stamps and being embossable. That's kind of magic. I wonder when I go to Japan if I can find that stuff, right? Yeah, you may have to start working weekends. Well, you need time for crafting. So we can just put it on a wish list. We don't have to buy all of the things right away, right? We can have a wish list. Wish lists are okay. Hello, Valerie. How are you? I use no other black ink. It's the best. Well, let me tell you, I'm going to buy some too because I want to be that girl. Who's that girl? running around with you. Tell me. Do you guys remember that song? I think it's the Eurythmics, isn't it? Who's that girl running around with you? But if you ask me, say you need a new machine and you're like, would you recommend the new Big Shot? 10 out of 10 would recommend. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I absolutely love it. I love it. We'll see you later, Beth. I'm going to do this one. Let's do this one. Is Vicki Von Vicki still at the Kaplan house? Or have you gone home now, Vicki Von Vicki? Vicki Von Vicki Richter. Don't come out of retirement. Put it on your list, right? So remember I said I was having trouble with this one. So let's try that now. Reverse Claire. What else do you guys want to see in here? Let's just do one of the rings so you can see it. And the block. Do we want to paint tube too? I think I could fit it on here. Yes to the dies. I agree. Uh-oh, what did I miss? What are we doing? Oh, I'll bring an extra bag. I'm going to bring a very good capsule wardrobe so that I don't have to buy a lot of clothes. For 3D embossing folders, I'll try it. Cheryl, I just got it out of the package tonight, but I will do it. But I know that it was tested and tested and tested, that they have been in the process of creating this new machine for a while. I don't even know how that song. I could live my whole life. I was laughing because do you know the band Boys to Men? One of the singers out of Boys to Men has a podcast, and I don't know how I found it on Instagram, but I've been watching it, and you know who was on there? And then they'll have them sing. But do you guys remember Lisa and the Cult Jam? Do you guys remember Lisa and the Cult Jam? So I have been singing that all week, right? Outside, what is it? The rain is falling. Whoa. Yep. What else do they sing too? But yes, that one was like, my tears will burn the pillow. Set this place on fire, 'cause I'm tired of your lies. All I needed was a simple hello. You have to look it up. Lisa and the Cult Jam. Did she sing Head to Toe, or is that somebody else? Because I mix in all my music, but I've been watching there. Okay, so Better, but I still have to work on that one. But we're just going to go with it. But look at how vibrant and black that is. I have to say, I'm kind of a fan. So that was Lisa, Head to Toe is Lisa and the Cult Jam too. Today started with the perfect kiss on our way home. Yep, I laugh. And Head to Toe. Absolutely love Lisa and the Cult Jam. So then I did a deep dive on 80s dance music. So I was listening to a lot of 80s dance music. But yeah, loved Lisa. And then what else came on there? Jungle Love. Do you guys remember that? Oh, wee, oh, wee, oh. And then you have to do the dance. And then I want to watch Purple Rain now. Because I love that. My jungle love. Oh, wee, oh, wee, oh. So that's what was going on in Vicki's house. My kids are looking at me because I was doing that dance. You know what I'm talking about? You will know Morris Day in Purple Rain. So I was Morris Day and the Time. You know it, right? So many good songs. Yes, I saw that MTV is done. That's sad. Well, I'm in Canada, so we did not have MTV. We have Much Music. And I lived for music videos. Do you remember? So I don't know if some of these might have been Canadian though, right? But there would be pop-up video. I loved that. And do you remember there was like some late night? I remember watching Duran Duran, Girls on Film, and that was taboo, right? School dances were so fun, right? Did Debbie come up? Remind me, what did Debbie sing? Because I remember that, but was it kind of a one-hit wonder? And getting your CDs out, 100%. Friday night videos, yes. I loved it. Like I lived for that, right? Electric Circus. I loved that show. School dances. And then, so we had a band here in Toronto called CFNY, and we would have CFNY video dances. See, I knew that's why we were friends, Carrie, because Nick Rhodes was my favorite from Duran Duran too. He was my favorite. Tip, a dry eraser or chalkboard eraser works good as a thing to push down the stamp. Yeah, perfect. My friend made this for me. So I love it. I have that too. But yeah, that's a great tip. I love it. And then I love too that it's great to have things in all different price ranges too. So for some people, like we're saying, like my budget, it's right after Christmas. I can't buy the things yet. The things will still be there, right? Just because I'm showing you tonight doesn't mean that you have to go and get all of that. Oh my goodness, Columbia House free CDs. And did we have cassette tapes before the CDs? CFNY was in Brampton. I love CFNY video dances. Okay, so I want to show you this. So there is a purpose. There is method to the madness for what I'm doing right now. You have two options when you cut the rings out, that you can leave it with a solid center or you can cut it with the center cut out. Does that make sense? K-Tel, the best of the 80s. Oh, I loved watching those shows too, where the infomercials. I still remember Kenny Rogers infomercial, whatever he was selling, some kind of compilation of country music. You saw Duran Duran when they first came out in the early 80s in Australia. That's a freaking big deal. I loved them. Duran Duran, I loved, and I loved Billy Idol. Loved Billy Idol. I love that. I'm sure I still owe Columbia House money. My first job interview was at K-Tel. I love that. I'm missing. There's lots of good conversation tonight that I'm missing. I'm working and I'm missing the convo. Good convos. So this is what I'm talking about. So see, boop. When you go to use these dies, we have a die to cut the middle out and the outer edge, or you could cut it out, right? Just as is, and have the circle in the center, or you could cut it out with, and Karen, are you still here? Because I'm gonna drive over to your house this weekend and drop off your order that's sitting right here in my room, just so you know. Your foundations paper, your black foundations paper, and I think a couple stencil sets. If you're still here, you need that order. So see, I could just cut it out like that, but then I also have a second one that I can put in the middle if I want to cut. And then you just, this, and I'll tell you, this is just kind of, so it looks bajiggity. but it is not, I don't think, totally specific to art that you have to lay it in there. You know what I mean? You have a little bit of flexibility. Okay, so I want you guys to know that there are different ways that you could use it. You could use it as a full circle with a center, or you could use it and cut out the middle. And this one lines up pretty quick. Lickety split, barb a trick. I love this one. I cannot wait to do watercolor with it. This one you could use with your distress inks for swatching them. So you're going to see there will be samples. I will sit and do all of that and then share it with you guys. Okay. I will sit and do all of that art. Like I said, I have to film videos this weekend. All weekend I'm filming content for my new Sizzix release. So excited for that. I cannot wait. I'm just telling you, those sets, lots of bang for your buck. Because you guys own lots of stamps and dies and stencils. So my whole thing is bringing some old school stuff back. Because I miss cutting out shapes. Like I don't want everything to necessarily only be layered dies and all the rest of it. I want things I can cut my mixed media. So if we're going to sit and do a whole bunch of technique stuff, then we will have the dies to then cut our art out. So that is the thought behind it, which I'll talk about in those videos that I have to film. But that was my thought process with that, is just having things that we can do. Am I frozen? No. Okay. There we go. Let's cut these guys out. But I wanted you to see the circle set. But do you see what I'm saying? My other machine kind of rocked. This doesn't rock at all. It is so stable. Making this, I don't know why. Like but I don't have to hold it. I don't have to lay on it. What was the question somebody asked me that I was going to test? What did you ask me if it did something? So look at. Now this didn't stamp very well because that stamp needs to be cleaned, but I love that. So I could stamp it with all of my distress ink colors, and then I could put it on a tag. 5 goals in the first period. That is crazy. Go Canada, go. Embossing folders. Thank you. So see, I love it. We can cut the ring out, or you could have cut it and left the center in there. But we could use that too. I love that. We could use the piece that cut out the middle. Just ink it up. Use them on our gel plate. Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be fun? We'll see you later, Louisa. So fun. Look at that behind the florals. So imagine we did that in color and then layered that behind the florals. I love it. Or with our title. Obviously in different colors. I would do some different contrasts, but multi-use for the win. And then our tube. And look at, they cut like butter. And then so that is your painterly art marks. Not all of them, I only cut a few. Did you guys want to see, if you feel like hanging around, I'm going to swatch out right now so you can see them. Some of my stencils, because there are some really pretty ones. I'll put this all away like properly later. So don't forget, friends, if you had already ordered the stamp set and you don't have the die, you can use, I set up a code that says add on die. So capital A, lowercase d, space, capital O, lowercase n, space, capital D, lowercase I-E for 10% off if you already bought the stamp set. But if you want to buy them as a combo, you get it for 10% off on VickiBoutin.com. Okay? So I'm just going to grab some foundations paper. And then let's look at some of those stencils, because I think that's fun when I can figure out where I put them. There they are. Here they are. So this is dirty, but I don't care. We're good. You use the code and it worked. Woohoo! I love that. I love that I did something right. Right? I love that. I love that for me. That I'm not just a complete dork all the time. The girl does have some redeeming qualities, right? So I'll show you. This is what I do when I get a new set of stencils. I'm going to cut out 6x8s. Use the back of that. What size is this? Is it a 6x8? By 9. I'm going to cut that out to 6x9. And then I have my swatched sets that I store on jump rings. So I can see exactly this is set number 2. See, this is set number 2. This is set number 1. And what we're swatching tonight is set number 3. So set number 1 for exclusive stamps is dots, large circles, art layers, flat brush. My hands are so filthy. Woo! This is scribble hearts. This is set number 1, loops, love scribble. So it's another kind of a loose handwritten one. This is super popular, scribble dots, crazy grid, and doodle polka dots, another popular one. I'm going to do like a heart and a star one like that, I think. Throwing it on the floor. This is the set number 2. So this is water rings. It goes with that large circle. So you can layer those two, as does dot outline. So that works with the set 1, right? And then you have your tile 1. We have Floral Frenzy, fans, and daisy chain. There are 6 stencils in this set. 6 stencils in this set. Now the brand new set that just came out a couple months ago is set number 3. And I am going to show you what they look like. I'm going to mask it with you right now. Or swatch them with you right now. So that's all I'm doing. We can just hang out and chat now. We can chat. Tell me things you want to see this year. What are you super excited for? Creatively, is there anything that you are planning on doing that's new this year? Is there anything you're planning on doing that's new this year? I have a couple plans. I'm going to do more art journaling, traveler's notebook, style art journaling. I would like to do, remember I told you that kind of like a sidekick journal, or like a journal that I can have that's right beside me, an art journal. So when I have any extra bits or I want to test something, it's right beside me. So I would like to make with you guys a handmade journal. I would like to do some book binding, simple book binding, so that we can make a journal that we put all different types of papers in. Collage art, that's fun. More gel plate printing, 100%, and that I'm going to be doing that. So I just ordered 2 new gel plates. I did a 3x5 and a 5x7 because I would like small ones that I can just do quick gel plate printing and print it right in to my album. Question, is there a reason you use your mixed media paper to swatch your stencils? Just because this is generally what I use, this paper. And just so you guys know, I bought all remaining stock of foundations paper. So you can find it. People were asking, where can they find it? VickiBoutin.com. If you can't find it anywhere else, I bought all of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Yeah, I just do it on the foundations paper because it's what I use the most. So I am also looking to source this so we can have lots of this paper. You haven't done that yet. Well, we're going to be doing some stuff. So tell me what your thoughts are. If I did a gel plate class years ago, and now I would like to do a gel plate class that is a 2.0, but I think I'd like to revisit gel plate right from the beginning. I think I would like to do the gel plate class right from the beginning. Question, if only ordering the dies in the standard shipping price, yeah, it'll be adjusted. Okay, so just so you guys understand how this works, I use Shopify. I can only put one standard size box in to determine shipping. So I use a 13 by 13 by 4 inch box. I can put weight of all the products in, but I can't, the program can't figure out what you're ordering and put the right shipping container or box with it. So for the US is flat rate shipping of $19. It doesn't matter what you order, you get charged that shipping. But what we do is when we go through, like these would ship in a a bubble bag, that will reduce your shipping rate. And when Greta ships from the US, she'll go in and refund back that money. So it, just so you know, we can't. So if you were ordering this, you're going to pay $19 initially because it's not it's set up. Shopify isn't set up like my own platform would be, if that makes sense, right? It's set up that I have to manually enter stuff like that. So just so you know, that's the reasoning. That's what's going on with that. Okay. Okay. You ready to what color are we going to do these in? Let's do them in Mode Lawn. Mode Lawn is going to be my oxide color, and I'm going to ink all these up. Does that make sense? So here's another question, because I get this a lot. I live in Canada. I used to only ship from Canada. Now I ship from Canada for Canada and international. Some international even goes from the US between the two. And we also ship from Indiana. So what will happen is anything old, like anything that hasn't come out in the last couple of months, is only in the Canadian location. And that's why you'll see it in the section on my website that says Canada only. If you're ordering the Curiosities in Willow Grove, if you're ordering the stamps, the stencils, even the older sets, all of them are in both places. So you're fine to order. And like I said, we will refund you any extra shipping, if that helps. Okay. lessons in paper types and what qualities to look for mediums. That would be a great Friday Night Live, wouldn't it? I could do that on a Friday Night Live. A stamp platform too is Stamptabulous by Angie Blum's sister. Yes. Is it still out there? I don't know if she's still selling them, but I love that. So let's go in, and now I'm just going to hold my stencil so it doesn't move on us, and I am inking these up in oxide. So this is the first one, and it is called Crisscross. I can't wait for the reveal. So what's nice with all these stencils is you can layer them and use multiple stencils to create your art. These are going to be great when we do our gel plate classes. We're going to be using all of these. So even if you're like, I love them, I want them all, I would really recommend wait until you can buy the whole set. Oops, I just moved that. Did you see that happen? Because I think when you buy the whole set, you get 2 for free. Price it out and see. I think that's how it works. When you buy the whole set of the 10, you might even get 2 for free. For sure, it's 1 free stencil. So I would say instead of cherry picking the set, wait until you can buy the whole set because it's a better savings. Or if you don't like all of them and there's only some of the patterns that you want, then do that. I'm not the boss of you. I'm just your crafting Yoda. And if you're going to end up buying the sets, I would say wait and buy the... Ooh, look what I just did. Because it's not secured. Because I'm trying to rush through this stuff. But don't do what I just did. I would secure the piece underneath. And then secure your stencil. But hopefully I didn't ruin everything. So this is Crisscross, which is stencil number 18. Look how pretty is that? How pretty is that? That's Crisscross, stencil number 18. I cannot wait to do this with you. So, I'm going to tell you this, though. This stencil you might want to buy 2 of. Because, to be honest with you, it is meant to be a mask. You can use it as a mask and a stencil. So you might want to be able to cut one out, and you might want one that you keep as a complete. Does that make sense? When you do your next gel plate, can you show how you can do the mirror image with it in stamps? So like trees mirrored on a lake? Sure, we can do anything. Somebody write that down for me, though, because I forgot already. I don't have my notebook. Let's put that in. That can be in number 2. I have my notebook. Mirror image on gel plate. There are so many things that I would like to share with you guys that we can do. So many things, right? So this is what I was saying. Do you see the contact points? It's meant to be cut out, that you could cut these out and use this as a mask. So you could move it around, you could spray ink, great for on your gel plate. It also could be used if you have 2 of them as a stencil, that it just stays intact like that. But the other thing that could happen is when you cut this out, you can use that negative space that it cut out of, and I could ink yellow, and then I could put this down on top of it and ink in pink, and I could have the background color and the color on top. This stencil is called Doily Mask. It's number 19. Number 19. So I am going to try to tack that down and this down so I don't move it this time. So for this tonight, I'm just going to use it as a stencil. But I have done sets like this before, and I would buy 2 of this because I would want to cut one out and use them as masks, standalone masks. And then I would have it as a stencil as well. So watch how pretty this is. Oh, it's so pretty. So you are going to have that little inked line, how it is right now. If you use your stencil brush, instead of a foam blending tool, you can get a little bit more of the intricate detail in there. This is what I'm talking about, right? If you go in with your brushes, right? You will get more of the detail with that than you would with your foam blending tool. Whoopee. Are you excited to see the reveal? So I'm not doing any fancy technique. I just want you to see what this looks like. You know what I feel like this? I'd like to do in a stamp, and I'd like a coordinating die with this too. But you could fussy cut it. We don't have to get, because the other thing is with that is it's pricier, right? So look, I'll show you this one first. Ready? Oh my goodness, look how pretty that is. We'll see you later. Yeah, I'm on here for a while tonight because I'm gonna be done when I finish masking this stuff, or when I finish showing you these. So this is all hand drawn. I created all of this art, and I love my stencils. I love masks. I love my stamps, because this makes making mixed media so simple. Ready? Here we go. Look how pretty that is. So you see what I'm saying? That we could take this, you could have two sets of this. One you keep like this, so you can use it like a stencil, and one that you'd snip it out, and you could have the positive and negative. So this stamp is Doily Mask number 19. I love it. It looks crocheted, right? Isn't it pretty? I love this. So you could use it for card making. You could use it for, I don't have the package for this one. What did we say this one was? Flower Mosaic, I think. Number 21. Was it Cindy who told me? Cindy Otten told me the name of this one, I think. I think she's here. So I'm going to secure my background. I'm not off screen, am I? Just pulling it closer and closer to me. We use this one already. We have used this one on one of our Friday nights. I love this one. I did a lot of florals. I'm going to use this because I think it's a little faster tonight. I hope the stencil's clean. We'll know when I have two different colors on here, because I grabbed this one. I know we used it with gold glaze. Do you guys remember? I don't remember what thing we made, but I do remember using gold glaze through this stencil. What night that was. We'll see you later, Lorley. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Lori Lee's going to rock your world with all of this stuff. She does a lot of, when I first met Lori Lee, definitely traditional scrapbooker, which I feel like a lot of us were, right? I feel like a lot of people's art has changed. You might be a card maker predominantly now. Maybe you do mostly mixed media or gel plate printing. Maybe you're still doing your 12 by 12s. Maybe you used to only do double page layouts, but now you will do singles. Or maybe you've switched to 8.5 by 11 from 12 by 12. I don't care what kind of crafting you're doing. I'm just glad you're still here in crafting, because it's so much more than the memory keeping. I feel it can be completely selfish too, and it's good. Look, are you ready for this one? I love it. How pretty is that? Yeah, I have foundry wax. I own all of it. It's just a matter of time. But we'll do that. I'll pull that out. We can do that. We can do a whole Ranger overview, because I love Tim and Ranger products. We used that with the trees, did we? I love it. Boop. So that one was number 20. I believe it's called Floral Mosaic or Flower Mosaic. I don't have the package for that. So we moved, and it's so hard to find any type of crafting group, like friends that you could go and hang out with. Well, here's the plus of online, at least, right? We have this. So it's different. This is Flower Tiles. Get ready for it. I'm glad that you have us here, because it is hard, right? Because it's floral, but it doesn't, I don't think, like, it's just tied to floral, right? You could use it for other things. Let's do this one. I love them. This is number 21. And what did I just say it was called? Flower Tiles. I have to be so much better at knowing what the names of my stuff is. I'm sorry, friends. It's a good thing that a lot of you are way smarter than I am. Okay, let's do this one. I love it too. We've used this one too. Maybe we did. Did we use this one with the trees? So I would probably hardly ever use like the whole pattern on anything. I like to layer them, and I love that they're all different scales and patterns, so you can layer all these stencils. And when we do our gel plate class, oh my goodness, the magic we'll be able to make with this, and the mixed media. So here's a question. Is anybody now just like newer to using mixed media in their scrapbooking or card making? Because that's my goal. If you ask me what my goal would be as a crafter, or a crafter who teaches or does lives or does tutorials, is to get people to do all the things, to try the art. Because I feel like when you have tools like this in your creative toolbox, you have stencils, you have stamps, it makes being an artist, oh, look how pretty that one is, so much easier, right? It makes it so much easier because you're not set up to fail when you have things that right out of the gate, you have something that can make you feel like an artist because the art's already done for you. And then you have the ability to choose the colors and how you want to use it. Right? Because what we're doing right now is mixed media. You're mixing the mediums, right? You're mixing your media. You're using paper, you're using inks, you're using stencils. This is very straightforward, but you will find if you go back through my stuff, we could be doing stencil stamping. We could be using mediums. We could be using so many things, right? And this is flower background number 22. And it's true though, right, Julie? Is we draw sometimes. Sometimes I'll push you right out of your comfort zone and I'll make you draw stuff. But for the most part, if you have these tools that make making art so much easier and faster, you don't have to think about it. You might have limited time for so now do you see this is a negative. We're going to ink around these florals. So we're actually filling in the negative space. So this one is another floral, but it's a whole different application of how we're going to apply pigment or our product. It's going to go around the shape instead of in the shape. So we're not coloring the flowers, we're coloring around the flowers. And again, this one is called Floral Background, number 22. And I am using oxides, but you know with me, if I'm going to do wet techniques, I'm going to probably use a regular distress first. You can't draw, but have you drawn trees and done some of the stuff with me and been surprised that you could actually do some of it, the basic shape kind of stuff? You don't have to either, but I find that people have really enjoyed when I do the drawing flowers and stuff. Because just breaking it down into easy shapes, make it, oh, I might have moved that stencil, we'll see, so stop inking. So do you see what I'm saying with this one? For floral background, you actually color around the shapes instead of, it's the negative, And then you have the positive, right? Isn't that fun? So this will be a fun one if we were doing gel plate printing and we had already laid a pattern down and we wanted to go in with black or something. We wouldn't be covering our floral shapes. We'd be covering around the shape. So it could be really fun. So that one is your floral. Oh, I can't wait. Oh my goodness. This is Floral Backgrounds number 22. Are you ready for this one? This is called Waves or Wave. Wave. I'll have to look at that, right? Because we're always doing new things, right? We want new things. So we keep it interesting and fun. Yeah, I'll put the pics up of the swatches, Julie. And I'm there and I'm trying to get more. I want this to, all of it just to be easier because it's certainly better for marketing and sales, right? If we have samples. So we're working on that and I'm going to use Design Team. So you got to be careful with this, how you rub on this ink because it's very easy. I tried to put lots of spots so it's secure. When I hand drew this. I hand drew this pattern. So I put lots of connections so your stencil shouldn't move, but be careful. Be careful, right? That you don't move those lines because this is a delicate pattern. I'm going in, it's a green sea. But I cannot wait to show you this. I think you're going to love it. We'll do it again in blue one day. But this is kind of like Asian inspired. Wouldn't you say this pattern kind of looks like Asian art with the wave pattern? So some of it I'm going to kind of bring across instead of rubbing. Because really easy to push your ink underneath those lines. Seaweed. Oops. Vicki. So this is taking a little longer because I can't go really fast because it's not as secure as other stencils. And this shows you too that not all stencils are created equally. Some of them are a little trickier to use. So say something that's just a bunch of circles on a page would be more stable. And if it's your first time doing stenciling, you're going to get, your results will be, I might have to do this. So see, look at, you want to hold that one there a little bit when you're stenciling around it because it's going to move because it's a swirl. I might even pounce a little bit in there. So just be careful with some of these, okay? And I try to be very conscious of it that we have good points to secure the stencil, but let's see how sharp that is going to be. And that's why I love doing these on gel plate because it's way more forgiving when I'm brayering paint through it or lifting with it than when I'm manually rubbing ink in there, right? And this would work really well with spray inks. Not too wet though, because it could leak underneath. But we could do some stencil stamping with this one too. So pretty stuff is going to come. Are you ready for the reveal? I love it so much. Yeah, spray adhesive would be a good idea to use your Pixie, right? Because it's moving a lot right in there. But isn't that pretty? The Pink Fresh Pounders. Is that something that, oh, Pink Fresh, like little pouncer things? Yep. Or that is another great. So that one is Wave. Wave VB23. And yes, if you use your Pixie sprays, would certainly be helpful with that one, right? I love that one though. I want that big. So here's some of the things is, I want stencils. I like 8x10 stencils for gel plate printing and for backgrounds, because some of these they aren't repeatable. So you aren't going to be able to cover a big surface with it, right? I love this one. It's Wonky Scallops. I think an ombre rainbow in this one. So pretty. Like so many possibilities with this stencil. Grip mat, yes. I have all of the things. You know, I own it all. It's just a matter of pulling it out. Just a matter of being smart, Irene. And sometimes I can't claim it. So I hand drew this one too. I wanted to have this wonky pattern. And I like that it kind of looks like scales. And a mermaid tail or little rainbows. But it is not perfect. It's wonky. It's such a pretty color green, isn't it? Mowed lawn. Getting finger cramps. We're almost done. I think we have 2, 3 more to go. This color, though, totally makes me think of, what is the Wizard of Oz show that's out there? Wicked. It's so wicked green. So wicked green. Ready? I love it so much. See you later, Keisha. Yeah, it could be snakeskin. Isn't it pretty? I love it. I love it. What would you need for a gel plate class? I would start with an 8x10 gel plate. You want brayers. So I don't like a wire brayer. I like one in a plastic handle. I find they're way more secure and don't bounce. And tons of paper, and you don't need high quality paper. I would buy a ream of maybe not printer paper, but a little heavier, like a 65-pound, 100-pound. And then acrylic paints. That's what I would start with. And all the stencils that you can have in your stash, or that you can use is great. And then there's lots of things that we would use. This one is another one I love. It's called Woven Circles. Woven Circles. And for acrylic paint, I like the one that you can get at Michael's. And it is called Liquitex Basics. Liquitex Basics. Multiple brayers, I agree. And it does not, and once you invest, you don't have to keep investing. And then there are lots of found objects. You can go, when I did my gel plate class, we went to the dollar store. And we got a bunch of stuff at the dollar store. If it makes an impression, you can totally use it. You can totally use it. So this is called Woven Circles. I love this pattern. Ooh, finger cramps. When I sit downstairs, I sit on a bar stool. Like at my table are bar stools. And because my foot is on the like rung, I get foot cramps. I've been having foot cramps when I work too much because I putting all that pressure on the middle of my foot. So I laugh. I got out of bed and my whole foot cramped and bent like this. So I'm trying to walk and my foot's like, Merp. Rich is like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm having the weirdest foot cramp ever, but I think it's because I put all that pressure on the middle of my foot, right? Egg carton, bubble wrap, flip-flops. When summertime is, look at what the patterns are on the bottom of flip-flops. Anything that'll make a pattern you can use on your gel plate. Just no sharp edges, because if you scratch or dent your plate, that pattern will never go away. You don't want your cat hair or dog hair on your plate. Hairs will cut into your plate. But printmaking is the absolute best, right? Are you ready for this? The reveal of woven circles. Maybe. My fingers aren't working. I love it so much. Isn't that pretty? So that's woven circles. That is VB25. And we have one more to do from this set. And it is called Quattro Foil. I love, love, love this pattern. I love that it has lots of open space so I can layer other patterns through it. It makes me happy. I feel like we might have missed one. How many did we do? Because there should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm missing one. I don't know which one I'm missing. I do not know which one I'm missing. There should be 10 here. There should be 10, but I don't know which one I'm missing. So one of you guys, if you go on vickiboutin.com and you figure it out, let me know. Because I thought all of them were there, but I'm missing one. Yes, greenery like a trellis. I love that. This would be great for Greece if you went on a cruise to Greece. Bubbles. Yes. Let me find it. You're right. I freaking love that stencil too. Let me find it. It might not be easy because I just used that. We just used that one, didn't we? It's just a girl walking around her basement trying to find her bubble stencil. I don't know if it's going to work. If I'm going to be able to find it, I don't know where it is right now. Because we just used that. Oops, stuff's falling. Tiny bubbles. I will find it and add it. Oh, it's a good one. That's sad. Bubbles. You are right. Bubbles. And it's your favorite. And I'm going to disappoint you because I don't know where it is right now. So yes, Bubbles is the only one we're missing. And it's a good one. It's a good one. So this stencil is repositionable, meaning that I could cover a bigger area because I could move it. It's a repeatable pattern where a lot of the other ones are not. So it doesn't mean I couldn't move it around. I just couldn't join it up, if that makes sense. Like I couldn't continue it. Yeah, that would be really pretty on here. So we're going to do, that'll be one of the next things we do. We have a lot of things to do. Because, right, we're going to have the Sizzix release. The Sizzix release, and I'm going to show you all of that fun stuff. And there's so many buildable, layerable pieces in that. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. And then we have 2 new things that are coming out from 49 and Market in the month of January. going to be excited about it. I'm so excited about it. One is a Vicki Boutin thing, and one is a 49 and Market thing. And again, great buildable things, items that are not like one and done. They're going to be adding to your creative toolbox. Are you ready for this one? I love it so much. I love that. How pretty is that? Love it. I got to find bubbles though. Okay, give me one more second. If you want to leave me, you can. But I got to find that bubble stencil. Oh. Here it is. Bubbles is the first one in this set. It's number 17, Bubbles. I love it. I love it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Look how pretty it is. This is going to be a trickier stencil, okay? You don't have a lot of secure spots on here, so you need to be careful with this one. This is hand-drawn as well, right? So just be careful you don't push underneath the open areas. So you're going to go in gentle. Gentle. Oh, I could see inking multiple colors in this one. With art journaling, I love this for backgrounds, for building a background that you could then layer all those pretty stamps and stencils, pardon me, stamps on. You could stamp in here with text. You could layer just inside the circles with another pattern, so you could kind of mask and layer. Try not to push under it after I told you not to. And then you could add depth in the circles. Right? Oh, it's going to be so pretty. See, I stopped talking. I forgot I'm not here by myself. I'm focused on inking my stencil. And I forgot to talk. Sorry, that doesn't happen very often, does it? But I can't wait. This one's going to be so pretty. And I just did them all in green because it's then I'll know which set they're from, which color it is which set it's from. Does that make sense? Like when they're hanging there, that I'll know that right away from looking, that if it's all in the same color, it's within the same set. Okay, get down in this corner. There we go. Oop! Did you see that just happen? Did you see what Vicki just did? Almost ruined everything. And bubbles. How pretty is that? So let's look at our set again. This is Bubbles number 17. I'll grab all of my bits. Ready? Bubbles number 17. Crisscross is number 18. We have Doily Mask, number 19. We have, this is number 20, I think Floral Mosaic, maybe. I don't have the package for that one, so I could just be making stuff up too. It wouldn't be the first time. And then we have number 21 is Floral Tiles. So see, negative, positive. We have number 22, Floral Background. We have number 23, Waves, that I have to do better next time. We have number 24, Wonky Scallops. Number 25, Woven Circles. And number 26 is your quatrefoil tile. Floral Mosaic, I was right. Okay, so those are the 10 new stencils. I think super fun, right? Very therapeutic to watch. Thank you. And this is like when I get new product, this is what I do. I want to mask it so I have a quick reference. And like I said, this, I will write the names on each of them and the number. I will punch holes through it, and it will be on VickiBoutin.com. VickiBoutin.com. And I'm going to tell you this, Holly Jean, because if you're new, they ship out of Canada and they ship out of the US. They are based on flat rate shipping because it is a Shopify store. So I can only put one kind of flat rate shipping in. But if you're only ordering stamps, stencils, dies, and they go in a smaller package and your shipping is considerably less, we refund you the difference. Okay, so I just want everybody to know that, right? Is that the shipping is flat rate of $19 because it's based on a 13 by 13 by 4 box, because I sell scrapbook kits that can be 10 pounds. So I'm okay if I have to eat some of the shipping costs, but I can't, like the website can't figure out what you're ordering and price it accordingly to the package it goes in. So it's based on one flat rate size, but if it ends up going in a bubble envelope, I always adjust the price for your shipping. But you have to pay it up front and then we just go and refund it. Okay? So I just want you to be aware of that. For people that are new, it's hard to explain that stuff. But yes, I agree, friends. This stuff is going to be so pretty on top, right? When we start layering our other elements. I don't know where I put my flowers because it's a mess now. I have stuff everywhere because I wouldn't feel like I was creating if I wasn't making a big, gigantic mess. Makes me feel like an artist. Did you see my flowers? Oh, here they are. Look. How pretty is this going to be? Right? You said on the trellis. I agree. Look at that. How pretty will that be? Love it. You know we're going to make some beautiful art with these, right? So today was just kind of an intro. I want you to know when you go to use the stamps for this first time that there is a little bit of learning curve. You have to clean them. But look at what we figured out together using the VersaFine or the VersaClair. Is very juicy ink, so the stamp made it way easier, right? Way easier. So it's going to be fun. Look at that. Look at, we did like a little page for art journal right there. Lickety split, right? Or it could be a card. And then we have take note, which I love because that can be used with everything, right? So like everything, this is just one piece in the whole. This could work in there too. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Yep. You can get the stencils in the U.S. Everything ships from Canada or the U.S., even set number 1, which came out before the tariff stuff. I reordered all of the stamps. There is another floral set. There's alpha sets with stamps and dies that you can grab all of that stuff. So it doesn't matter where you're ordering from for any of the Vicki Boutin exclusives, not for other stuff. If you see a Tim Holtz set or whatever, it's only going to be in Canada. But any of the new stuff like this, yes. Right? A quick card, right? I'm telling you. And that's why when I sit down and do this stuff, I will sit stamp, die cut, take my mixed media backgrounds, stamp on them, die cut. So I have a whole set, a plethora of pieces that then I sit and make cards. I don't often sit and stamp and then make a card. I like to do all the messy stuff and then sit and make cards, art journal. I like to make my own ephemera, right? It's a mess all over my desk. I'm just flipping my camera up my nose. Hi. I put my sweater back on too, so I wasn't naked. That's not good. I did go live one day in my bra because I was so hot getting ready with the lights on that I had taken my sweater off and I was putting my camera in and my thumb hit the light to go live and I had no shirt on. So I had to end the live really quick and then make a new link for the live because it happened. And then people are like, what happened? The link isn't working. I'm like, because it's not an Only's fan page. I can't be going naked on my, only me. But thank you. A lot of friends are new. Don't forget to thumbs up the video and hit the subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. That was just a walkthrough of some of the Vicki Boutin exclusives, only available on my website, VickiBoutin.com. And when you go in there, you'll see Vicki I forgot my name. Vicki Boutin Exclusives. And you'll see the stuff that's available, and it ships to US, Canada, international. If you don't see your, you go in and your country isn't listed, just get in touch with us. We're working on it, but we have to manually do all of that. And I did have some friends from Australia order. We will do adjustments to your shipping and all the rest, right? So very fun. Thank you. Great way to kick off 2026. Like I said, stay tuned because we have my Sizzix release. I'm going to be that's the next thing I'm going to go live with. And then I want to make that art journal so we can hand make a book that we can have for practicing. Because then you could practice your stamps and you have something that just kind of have all of your, while I'm working, that's going to sit beside me so I can work in that as well always, right? If I have an idea, like when we talked about some things like, oh, a trellis with flowers, I could do that so that I have, like, it's my idea book. It's my golden nugget journal. So for things that I think about while I'm working or I want to practice and play, we're going to do that. So lots of stuff is coming. Thank you so much for joining me. This was a long one tonight, but I've got stuff to say and stuff to do and stuff to play with. And I'm kind of really excited with that mowed lawn is almost like neon. It's kind of freaking awesome. So thanks so much, friends. We will see you later. VickiBoutin.com if you wanted to get any of those things. And stay tuned. Lots coming. Watch too on VickiBoutin.com. I'm going to get my calendar. I'm working on that as well so that you can see kind of a plan for the things that I'm going to be doing every Friday night that I'm here doing my lives. If I decide to go live on Wednesday, that's going to be scheduled in. You will see upcoming classes where I'm going to be traveling to if you want to come out and hang out. Most of the places I'm going to be this year I think are all sold out. So get on those short lists. So if space is open and you want to see me when I'm in Spokane area. I'm going to be in California. Our cruises, we're going to be doing lots of stuff. So otherwise, see me here. We'll see you later. Thanks, Nat. You were there. I didn't see you much tonight, but thanks as always for sharing all the info. We'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye, friends.